Hey Ryan. Okay, so here are your 3 finals. And then, so I know I already just typed something. I'm going to go ahead and give you your feedback now. But I want to point out that I really prefer it when you put the enlarged equipment shots at the end of the movie, because it just makes it a lot easier for me to find them. Because I really had to go back and look for them here, and then I can last see them more easily, for my movies. But I want to be done with this, so we're just going to go with it. So if you don't post those for this assignment, don't worry about it. I'm done. I'm doing my feedback now. But for the rest of them, please make them enlarged and put them with your finals. So here we are. I have to revisit your write-up. Hold on. Okay, yeah, not a whole lot. Looks like you're very tired. So you found this to be a technically difficult assignment. It is. So yes, that's right. It is technically difficult. I feel like I'm missing a lot of equipment shots. I feel like I don't have a good idea here of how the light is being changed. I see that it's changing, but I don't know how. I have a few equipment shots, but they're not terribly descriptive. So bear with me as I come up with something to say to you. Yeah, and the images just feel really out of order. Okay, so I guess this is an image that you added light to, because I think I'm seeing your softbox reflected in the fireplace right there, of the wood molding around the fireplace, and then also right here on the TV. So here we still have a lot of dark spots, don't we? It's still really dark down here, and then we have the light kind of falling off entirely towards the ceiling. So one light was not enough to illuminate this particular scene. You probably were going to need 2 lights. I think the softbox is the right move, because it's good to see sort of a softened shadow right there that's cast. But it's just not enough. It's not enough light for this. It's too dark. It doesn't really feel like any problems have actually been solved. Let's move up to the next one. This feels pretty well resolved, actually. Everything is kind of evenly lit, and honestly, in that steel, brushed steel appliance, the reflection of the softbox is actually quite nice. It adds a lot of visual interest and depth to the image. I'm not really sure why you're so low with your camera, and yeah, you're using a wide-angle lens, which is fine, but this must be a really tight space if you had to use a wide-angle lens on such a small space. Wow. And then here, again, just one light's not enough. We can see it reflected right there in the subject, and it's just not enough. So out of the 3, this is by far your most successful. And I don't know how this room was lit before you photographed it with your lights. Let's see if I can find some. I'm looking for particularly that scene without the obvious addition of lights. Boy, I tell you, Andy, you're Ryan. This is really, I'm having a hard time with this. So you have just this, there's an image there of the kitchen, and here's your final. I think I saw some other kitchen shots here. Yeah, it's hard for me to tell. So my quick feedback then would be more lighting tools, and just one light to solve any of these photographic problems is not enough. And remember, your only option is not just your lights with your softbox on them. You can take the softbox off your light. You can take the direct hard light and bounce it off the ceiling to give have a more even and softer light falling across the room. You can use flags. You can use diffusers. You can use reflectors. You can use gobos, snoots. There's all sorts of things that you can use, and many of those things on the list that I just mentioned you could make yourself very easily. And at any time you can call me at my office and ask about it, because so far I think in the studio I've only ever seen you use these soft boxes, and it's time, Ryan, it's time to try something else. Now your photography of the building that I looked at yesterday was exquisite, so I can see that you excel on location. But I think that we need to work with shooting in the studio. I think that that's where I can really help you. And most of the help that I would offer you is to encourage you to please experiment with your equipment. Take those soft boxes off of there just to find out what happens. Use a bounce, shoot through it. Use some reflectors. Just some flags, anything. Just try anything, but more than just one softbox to illuminate a room is definitely going to be required here. And then next week, you have another on-location shoot, but you're also required to use your lights. So it'll be really interesting. I feel like you're probably going to feel more comfortable, and you're going to be a lot more engaged and interested in it. And so I'm excited to see what you do next week with the photo story, actually. And I think you're gonna find that just showing up and blindly putting your softboxes on your lamps and then shooting isn't going to actually be the right answer. You're going to need to figure out something more creative. But you're also going to be on location, so hopefully it'll be more intriguing to you. So there's my feedback. And then like I said, for all the rest of your assignments, I know there's not many left, but make sure you give me enlarged images of your equipment so that it's easier for me to tell what's going on. Okay. Thanks, Ryan. You have a good weekend.